Imagine losing everything you love in a single day, not over months, not over years. One day you wake up in the morning, you have a family, you have security, you have a future. By sunset, it is all gone. Every person you cherished, every dream you built, every security you counted on, gone. This is not a hypothetical. This is not a parable. This is the true story of a man named Job. Job was not just wealthy. He was the wealthiest man in the entire East. 7 sons, 3 daughters, thousands of livestock, servants, land, influence, respect. He had everything. But more than that, Job was good. The Bible says he was blameless and upright. He feared God. He turned away from evil. He was not just blessed, he was faithful. And then one day, everything changed. 4 messengers, each one bringing worse news than the last. First messenger, your oxen and donkeys have been stolen. Your servants are dead. Second messenger, fire fell from heaven. Your sheep are consumed. Your servants are dead. Third messenger, raiders took your camels. Your servants are dead. And then the 4th messenger arrives. The one with the news that no parent should ever hear. Your children were feasting together. A great wind struck the house. It collapsed. They are all dead. Everything Job loved, everyone he cherished, gone in one day. And here is what breaks me about this story. Job did nothing wrong. There was no secret sin, no hidden rebellion, no mistake that caused this. Sometimes the worst days of your life have nothing to do with what you did or did not do. Sometimes suffering just happens. Maybe you know what that feels like. Maybe you have had a day when everything fell apart, when the call came, when the diagnosis arrived, when the person you trusted walked away, when the foundation you built your life on crumbled beneath your feet. Maybe you have sat in the ashes of your own life, wondering where God went, wondering if He sees, wondering if He cares, wondering if faith is even worth it anymore. Maybe you are in that place right now. And if you are, I need you to hear something. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And your story is not over. Because what happened to Job next changes everything. Job could have cursed God. He could have given up. He could have walked away from faith completely. And honestly, no one would have blamed him. But instead, in the middle of his devastation, Job made a declaration that has echoed through thousands of years. He said this, "I know that my Redeemer lives. Not I hope, not I think, not maybe. I know." Even when his body was falling apart, even when his friends abandoned him, even when God was silent, Job knew one unshakable truth. My Redeemer lives. And here is what you need to understand. The God who was faithful to Job is the same God who is with you right now. He has not changed. His character has not shifted. His promises have not expired. The same God who held Job in the fire is holding you in yours. The same God who saw Job in his darkest night sees you in yours. The same God who restored Job is the same God who can restore you. But here is what most people miss about the story of Job. The point was not just that Job survived. The point is what Job discovered in the suffering. Job started his journey knowing about God. He ended his journey knowing God. There is a massive difference. Knowing about God is secondhand. It is borrowed. It is what you have heard from others. Knowing God is firsthand. It is encounter. It is personal. It is unshakable. And here is the scandalous truth. Sometimes the only way to move from knowing about God to knowing God is through the fire. Job said something at the end of his story that unlocks everything. He said, I had heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you. The suffering was not the end. It was the doorway to seeing God in a way Job never had before. And that is what I want for you. Not just to survive your suffering, but to encounter God in it. To move from second-hand faith to first-hand experience. To come out the other side, not just healed, but transformed. Because when you see God, everything changes. Your suffering does not have to make sense anymore, because God makes sense. Your questions do not have to be answered anymore, because God Himself is the answer. And your faith is no longer dependent on your circumstances, because your faith is rooted in the character of God. This is what I have spent the last months creating for you, a 21-day journey through the story of Job, not just to learn about him, but to walk through your own story with him. Every single day is designed to meet you exactly where you are. Whether you are in the ashes right now, whether you are holding on by a thread, whether you are questioning if God even cares. This is not a theology lesson. This is a transformation journey. Day 1, you will meet Job at his highest point, and you will ask yourself the question, what defines me, my circumstances, or my character? Day 3, you will sit with Job on the worst day of his life, and you will learn that worship and grief can exist in the same moment. Day 7, you will experience the silence of heaven with Job, and you will discover that God's silence does not mean God's absence. Day 12, you will hear Job's declaration that has sustained believers for thousands of years. I know that my Redeemer lives, and you will anchor your soul to that same truth. Day 16, you will move from knowing about God to knowing God, and everything will shift. Day 21, you will stand on the other side of the journey and realize something profound. When everything falls apart, you do not have to. Each day includes teaching that goes deep, reflection questions that go deeper, and prayers that will meet you in the rawest places of your heart. This is not about information. This is about encounter. This is about transformation. This is about discovering that the same God who was faithful to Job is faithful to you. And here is what I know. 21 days from now, you will not be the same person. You will have moved from devastation to unshakable faith, from questions to encounter, from knowing about God to knowing God. Your latter days can be greater than your beginning. Just like Job, for less than $4, you can start this journey today. $3.97, less than a cup of coffee, less than a single meal, but the transformation that is priceless. You can download it right now. Start today. Day 1 is waiting for you. And 21 days from now, you will look back and realize this was the moment everything shifted. Your Redeemer lives. The same one who held Job, the same one who restored Job, the same one who transformed Job. He is holding you right now, and He is not done with your story. Download it now. Start your journey today. Your breakthrough is waiting. When everything falls apart, you do not have to. Your Redeemer lives, and so do you.